Okay, let's look at quiz 2, problem number 2. All right, so we're going to use the Maclaurin series for exponential function e to the x to find the Maclaurin series for hyperbolic cosine of x. All right, so if you look at the definition of hyperbolic cosine of x, it is actually defined in terms of exponential function. Right, so e to the x, we know what it is, but how about e to the negative x? Right, but the only difference is x is replaced by e to the negative x, so it's going to be summation n goes from 0 to infinity, right? So instead of x, we have negative x raised to the n over n factorial, right? And if you want, you can make it look like more like alternating series. So summation n goes from 0 to infinity. Then you have negative 1 raised to the nth power. Then you have x to the n over n factorial. Right? So all you really have to do is plug this guy for e to the x and plug this guy for e to the negative x, then simplify. So I'll let you start it here. So you have hyperbolic cosine of x is going to be, right, summation n goes from 0 to infinity, right, x to the n over n factorial plus summation n goes from 0 to infinity, right? Then you have negative 1 to the n, and you have x to the n over n factorial, right? Then divide by 2, right? So if you want, you can actually do this. Since the summation, both of them goes from 0 to infinity, so we can probably just put one summation, and that takes care of both at the same time. All right, so on top, what you have is x to the n over n factorial plus, all right, negative 1 to the n, x to the n over n factorial, right, over 2, right? Then you need to simplify this a little bit further, but you notice that here, when n is odd, you have x to the n over n factorial minus x to the n over n factorial, so you can cancel them out. And when you have odd n, even n, it's going to be x to the n over n factorial plus another x to the n over n factorial. So you have two of them, but if you have two of them, you are dividing by 2, so you just get one of them. All right, so hopefully you can come up with that. So I'm going to say dot, dot, dot. All right, so you're going to have to fill that in. All right, that's it. I hope that this will get you going.